It's AJ.
And Shannon, and we're back for season 4 of Don't Burn the Day. Hey, buddy!
Hey, welcome back.
Happy 2022. How are you?
I'm great. We've got a great show, guys.
We definitely do, and lots of new things to talk about. So we've got a really packed show today, and so we're just gonna jump right into it. The topic today, if you've been watching on our Facebook or any of our socials, you will know is what self-care looks like with a disability. So that's our topic for today. But after the topic, we do have lots of things to tell you and lots of new things to share, and kind of just encourage you to follow our journey this year. Welcome to season 4, AJ.
Wow,
Season 4.
season 4 is upon us, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen.
Yes. Season. Go ahead.
Let's kick it off with our interesting topic like self-care, which we all need sometimes.
Yeah, and we're specifically talking about today some of the things that we do, and maybe you do too, to kind of wind down after a long week or after a stressful kind of month. I know AJ and I do a lot of that because we work a lot with Don't Burn the Day, and you guys know that Christmas just passed, the holidays are over, so we're kind of decompressing from all of that. So if you're anything like me, then you know the last couple weeks have been a little bit crazy. Hence, that's why I still have my holiday background. I have had no time to take it down, so please don't come for me in the comments about there's still a Christmas background in the back. It will be changed next week. But yeah, I really started diving into this topic and thinking about it for myself because really and truly, to be honest with you, the past couple weeks for me have been super hard, because I've had a lot of family things go on, a lot of work things go on. We've been really busy, kind of reorganizing kind of Don't Burn the Day and what that was going to look like. We've got some brand new things coming your way, so it took us a lot of time to get those things ready. So for me, like just being able to take the holiday off and kind of wind down with my family, but then I'm still a mom, so I had all of the Christmas things to do and the kids and the husband and or the partner and all of that. So it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot on my plate, and so I found myself after the new year kind of just going like, oh my god, like it was so much. There's just sorry guys, I thought my door, but it was just a lot. So I kind of just honestly, I'll tell you the truth. It ended up making me feel not so good. So like I was in the bed for a couple of days and just kind of just binged my favorite shows and ate my favorite food and kind of just relaxed for a little bit where I could, because it's really necessary to kind of come back if you want to do something, like we do the podcast, to come back with a fresh attitude. And I was really starting to kind of lose myself in the holiday and all the hustle and bustle of it all. So it was really nice to just be able to do that. And um, I recognize that it's so important to, number one, prioritize self care.
Yeah.
If you'll give me 1 second, AJ, and you can continue the conversation while I step away
Okay.
for a minute, and I'll be right back. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, it is important that you schedule time in for yourself. Take time out for yourself. Relax so you don't get overwhelmed, or and just chill out and breathe. Sometimes I do it on a weekly basis. I try to make time. make time for myself, whether that's photography or doing something creative that I want to do for myself is how I take care of myself care. I also read.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry guys, I had to step away for a minute and handle some real life stuff at the door for a second. But yeah, I was listening to AJ talk um and yeah, I know that self-care for him is really important, and the idea just in general is really important. I know, AJ, you've mentioned that you meditate, and
Yes.
recently you have kind of learned to do what I do. And when I take that time to care for myself or prioritize self-care, as a person with a disability, because um, having a disability can also add to the reason you need self-care, because
Yes.
our days look a little bit different, our bodies are different, so we get tired, we get stressed out, we just need to be able to just calm down and relax in a serene space. And that's honestly what I do a lot of the time, is like,
And
go ahead.
and for me, when I'm having a rough day, it's harder for me. So I need those times where I can decompress.
Right. But I don't want you to feel bad. I don't want you to feel bad about that at all. And don't make, don't feel sorry for that, because everybody needs that. And
No.
um, I was going to say, before you piped in, that when I do that, and when I took those couple of days and just kind of decompressed after Christmas, I literally went in the bedroom, told my husband to handle, or my partner to handle everything, and I just kind of shut the door, turned on my favorite show, turned off my phone for about 2.5 days, and just,
Yeah.
and I was still there for my family. Obviously, I still cooked dinner and those things, but I really kind of just needed that time to rest.
Yeah.
And, I'm not a really great sleeper at night, so I only sleep maybe 6 hours or so a night. So if I get super tired, and I need the sleep to catch up, sometimes that's what I'll do, because my body just gets tired. And as a person with CP, and as people with CP, that speaking with you, AJ, you know how tense our muscles get, and how just the day can take a toll on us.
Uh, I don't sleep well at all anyway, but when my body is tight all the time, it's harder. So I need time out of my chair.
Yeah. We kind of led up to, if you, like I said earlier, if you were following us following us in our Facebook group, on our Facebook page, then we kind of led up to this show um last week and over the weekend. So we had some questions come in from individuals, and we asked the questions: how do you prioritize your self-care? For me, I have to literally put it on a schedule and say, on this day I'm going to do this, and on this day I'm going to do this. How much, coming into this new season with AJ, I had to literally, I'm going to say it, and Nathan, if you're watching, you'll be proud of me. Um, and you'll hear us talk about this down the road a little bit, but I had to literally set a boundary with AJ and say, on this day, um, I'm taking an hour out of the day so that I can do a special class that I'm a part of.
Yeah.
So, and I love it. And Nathan, there's your word, boundary. So if he's probably clapping. while he's watching this or listening.
I know he is.
But
No.
yeah, just like being able to set boundaries with the people that you're around is also part of a great self-care routine, especially for people with disabilities. Because I think for us with people, and I'm not speaking for you, you can speak for yourself, AJ, but especially for me, I am the one with a disability that has to set boundaries because a lot of people think that I can do everything and anything all of the time, which is great. I think that's wonderful, and I love their support in me and their faith. But a lot of times, AJ, that I have to just say I can't do it all.
Yeah.
I have to recognize that within myself.
You have to prioritize and give a task to other people so that they don't think you are the only person that can do it.
Right. And I'm gonna be real with you. Delegation, which is something you were talking about, like giving tasks to other people. Delegation is really hard for me because I'm a very type A personality. So when I go into a project, I want it to be the very best it can be. So, I mean, and I'm not saying that everything, isn't. I'm just saying I kind of feel like I want to watch the project grow. So if I don't feel like but I learned just recently and through last year that I just have to delegate because I can't do everything. I'm only one person, and you'll hear me say a lot throughout the show. You can't pour from an empty cup, and you all know if you've been watching the show every season, or if you're new to the show, you're going to hear me say it. I'm a mama, I'm a partner, I'm a friend, I'm like I just have, and I'm an entrepreneur. Yeah, I'm a sister, AJ. But I have, I have some entrepreneurial projects that I'm working on in the background. I'm Don't Burn the Day has been my full-time priority for a while. I'm not stepping back. I'm still the host, but I declare that this year in 2022 and that I am going to work on some other things that I want to prioritize in my own life and to succeed at. So, and
Guys, there will be some times where I only am coming to you for some episodes. Well, she works on her projects.
yeah, we are a team, and Don't Burn the Day will always be a team. But and that's a lot of the reason why we wanted to talk about this topic today. Is to let you know that it kind of came up in our work life, and it was affecting both of us. And so, I, me and AJ both sat down and said, let's talk about this. Let's see what we can do. And I mentioned to him some of the things that were a strong, hard no for me and a priority that I had to do. That I wanted some things that I wanted to achieve this year. And AJ, you've been so gracious as to let me kind of take that time off when I need it. I'll be here as much as I can, depending on the schedule with the aforementioned products or projects. But if I do have to step away from the podcast and let AJ kind of run the show for the night, then I don't feel bad about it because I know it's in great hands and you guys are gonna get some great content. So I think I want you guys to know that we at Don't Burn the Day are not just talking about self-care. We're going to prioritize it ourselves.
Yes, we are.
So we're actually doing what we're talking about. We're saying what we're doing, and we hope that throughout the next hour, you can kind of learn some tips from us to kind of prioritize self-care for you. People talk about self-care in many different ways, and self-care looks different for everybody. But it's most important that people with disabilities prioritize self-care, because a lot of times people with disabilities aren't expected to have self-care,
No.
because
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of things, when you think about it, people look at us. Do you think that they think, oh wow, that person's been working really hard all week, they need a break?
Yeah.
You know?
No. They. I'm speaking for the majority of what I've seen and heard throughout my life.
Mm-hmm.
They think, what what does what do they have to have self care for? They don't do anything, or what's what could what could they?
What do they
Uh,
need? What do they need it for? Because
yeah,
they don't do anything except sit home and eat potato chips
yeah,
and have caregivers, right?
yeah. They have everything handed to them. And
That is that is such a myth, you guys. Like, if you're listening and you don't have a disability, I mean, please understand that those kind of things that AJ is talking about, that we have our life handed to us. And I'm not on a soapbox about how hard it is with a disability or anything, but because we preach here, you just got to keep going. You got to push through. You got to don't burn the day. Take every option you can to do everything. However, it it can get to be a lot on us with um, as individuals with disabilities, who are kind of looked at like we don't do anything in this world,
we are
or we don't
grateful,
contribute.
we are grateful for the uh, assistance we do have
Yeah,
during during the day. Don't get us wrong, but we don't. Or I'm speaking for myself. I would rather have the opportunity to do it for myself rather than
yeah,
have to talk through every little detail of my life.
yeah. I think for me, it's really funny because you know, you look at my life. If we're gonna use the analogy through a window here, if you're someone who's kind of looking at my life from the outside in, you would think that, like, I have it all together, and that, like, you know, it's great because I have a wonderful supportive partner, and I have two amazing teenage girls that are beautiful, and I have a great job that I love and other things that I'm doing. But you have to also realize I have a disability on top of that. So, and I'm talking about this because, and I'm speaking about it because I really, and I keep going back to this, but I've really been affected um, by this issue myself just recently, the last couple of weeks. And I'm kind of being really transparent with you guys today and letting you kind of in on a little bit, of my life, and letting you know that the last couple of weeks for me have been super hard, kind of getting back into the swing of things in 2022, and kind of um, you know, really kind of nailing down where my path is going to go for 2022. And I found myself kind of feeling a little bit of self pity about what I had to offer the community as a person with a disability. And I had a conversation with my friend today about it, and I was like, I've got all these things and I'm doing all this, but really in the end, like, what am I going to be known for? So I guess
Yeah,
the question that we posed today is, if you think about it, I'm gonna use another analogy today. I guess today is just for analogies. But if you think about it, there's a dash on every gravestone. And so what do you want your dash to be
Yeah.
when you're not in this world anymore? Like, you're born and you live a life, but you also have time in between. So what do you want your dash to have
And,
represented? And you know, I want so much more for my dash than what people think. And it's so important to me to, you know, show up and be about all the things that I can be, but I also realize that it's really important just to show up for myself.
it is not about doing the most you can do, packing in a lot. It's about packing in uh, meaningful opportunities.
Meaningful opportunities and meaningful, don't make, you know, you meet people, you make friendships, you know, acquaintances, but some of those acquaintances might not be lifelong friends. You know, don't go into every friendship just assuming everybody's going to be your friend.
Yeah,
Um, you know,
because they might just be there for a season
that's
or
right.
a time period.
That's right. And I think it was really important for me to kind of use that dash as kind of recognition as to what I'm feeling, because I literally said to my friend today, I mean, I just want to be known for more than my disability. I just want to be known for more than being a mom or a partner or a friend. I want something else. And a lot of times, and we've talked about this in past seasons of the show in different episodes, what can I do? What shows my talents in the best way as a person with a disability, but also allows me to shine through as a person without, you know, um, modifying my integrity and my loyalty or who I am as a person.
How does that meet in the middle to uh, make you a whole person?
Mm.
Because you're not just an advocate or a beauty queen or a mother. You're all three of those
And
things.
more importantly, I'm just Shannon. And sometimes
Yeah.
Shannon just wants to maybe just sit and watch TV.
Yes.
I used to think that that was the worst thing you could do. Like, I mean, and I still only watch a little bit of TV because I don't necessarily think and in my personal opinion, this is not a reflection on anybody, but I don't necessarily always think that the TV is the greatest and especially in these times. But so I've just found myself recently kind of just falling in love with myself again and kind of realizing that it's okay that if I don't pick up every project that's offered to me, or if I don't, as long as I get I've learned a new practice over the past few weeks, and I set 3 goals for myself every day. And as long as I get those 3 goals done, they don't have to be amazing, they don't have to be perfect, they have to be finished, and done is better than perfect.
I'm gonna hold you. I'm gonna hold you to that because I know how much of a type A personality
Yes, yes, I'm a type A.
you are.
Yes, but I also have I'm a very I like scheduling. I like, if you know me, then are there are calendars and there are notepads all around me, and I'm always writing things down and things I have to do. And,
But ladies and gentlemen, you should see her desk.
yes,
It's
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 got
full of notepads calendars.
My refrigerator has little whiteboards on it right now with things that I have to do. You know, and also one of the goals that I have set to achieve this year, and people talk about New Year's resolutions, and I don't know about you, AJ. Let's kind of jump a little bit into that topic. I don't necessarily believe in New Year's resolutions because I think it just sets people up for failure.
Yeah, I think they do it for like 90 days and then it goes out the wayside.
Hmm. But there is one practice, and I encourage everyone out there to do it because it seems to have been helping me. Um, there is one practice that I've learned about that I want to put more into play into my personal life, and that is I chose one word that's going to represent this year, and that is be. My word is present, so that means I'm going to be more present in the things, and not just do the things that not just be with my partner, not just be with my kids, but actually be present in those moments,
But
and not,
truly be there.
yeah, and not be thinking about work when I'm with them, or not be thinking about, oh my gosh, I have this to do, or when I do have work to do, be really present in what we're doing, and like my mind can be going a million miles a minute because that's just who I am.
Because
But go
they,
ahead, go ahead.
cause they human can be somewhere, but they can also be somewhere else
Yeah,
in, in their mind
right. So
as well.
for me, my word of the year is present. When if my partner and I are out somewhere, I really want to be present with him, and I want to enjoy little moments and kind of soak up those things and be available for him. And also, be available for my kids and my family when they need it, and then also when I'm having fun with my friends, be a better friend, be present in the moments with them.
Yes.
And I think everybody can kind of take from that what they will. Um, I don't think I'm a horrible friend, but
No.
I can say that there have been times where I wish, especially in 2020 and 2021, that I was a little bit more present in the moments that I did have before everything started happening. Because as we already know, 2021 was a doozy of a year. And we don't know much about what's happening with 2022 yet. Everybody is still staying as safe, I hope, as possible.
Yes.
But regardless of what that looks like for you or what that is going to mean for you, every friendship that you make, and I'm telling you this, um, and I sound like I'm on a soapbox, and I'm really not, I promise. But cherish those real, authentic friendships that you have, and the ones I'm talking about, the ones that are there for you in
No matter what, no
yeah.
one thing you get mad at, but they are still with you the next day or couple days after.
And I learned that I learned a lot this year. um we had done Don't Burn the Day via phone, and we had just we went viral, not viral, but we went on YouTube this year, and we wanted to kind of show a different side, and we met a lot of really amazing people this past year in 2021. um One of those people for me, um and she'll be back on the show, I'm sure, because she is part of our family, is Jamie. And you've heard me mention her name a million times, and you'll hear it again because I'm not ashamed to say, like, she has become one of my best friends, almost like family. She,
She is.
yeah,
No,
she is part of
not like family. she is.
Yeah, she is part of
Well,
the Don't Burn the Day family. But specifically, we're working on a project behind the scenes, which hopefully later on in the year you'll hear a little bit more about.
yes.
I think you kind of heard me him and Ha a little bit about it last season, maybe as we started. But if things work out, we will hopefully be finished and we'll be able to talk about it towards the end of 2022. However, I bring her up because there are people in your life, like AJ said earlier, that stay for a season, and there are people in your life that are just, you know, from the second you meet them, that are they're going to be concreted in the rest of your life. They're going to shape the vision. They're going to shape your life with you by being in it. And Jamie Shearling is one of those people for me. Um,
Yeah.
every week when we have to work on our project together, she shows up, whether she feels like it or not, or whether she has a million other things going on, she shows up.
Yep.
And those are the kind of people, when I say make authentic friendships this year, those are the kind of people that I'm talking about. You know, there are people that are going to be like leaves and they're going to, you know, be like AJ said, be there for a season. And then when the wind picks up or things get hard, they're going to, you know, not be there. But people like Jamie Shearling and my very best friend and AJ and some other people in my life just bring so much value to my life. And I realize as a person this year, and more so just in the past couple weeks, that um, value is what I want over it doesn't matter the number of friends that you have. You know, you think back to your high school years and you wanted to fit in so bad. You know, you wanted to be friends with everybody. The amount of friends that you had was so important. I don't know if it was for you, but that was kind of what it was for me. It was like a
Yes.
popularity contest. But now as I get older, moving into being 41, ew, very soon. Wow. Um, um, I have realized just recently, over the past couple of weeks, that good friends really bring value to your life, and it's important to keep those.
Yeah. Like I was just with my brother today, and we were talking about friends that we have at in our high school that we thought would be our lifelong friends, but we only ever speak to them because life just happens.
You know, and we're specifically talking about friends, but also jumping onto another kind of subtopic to that is also family. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, everybody has a nucleus family that they call their own, and everybody knows that core group. But when you think about it, I mean, not all family is there for you the way you want them to be. So
Yeah.
sometimes again, here comes that word. Sometimes again, you have to set boundaries. You even have to set boundaries with your own family. I mean, and you can't be afraid to do that.
So, sometimes your core group of friends becomes your core group of family members.
Yeah, your
Because
core group of friends can sometimes be more of a family unit than your own family can be.
your family members can let you down more than your friends have.
Hmm, that's a good one, isn't it, AJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I really agree with AJ. I feel like, you know, if you know that those people in your core family, in your core friend group are going to be there, and you have seen it time and time and time again, you know, and your family, and I say this because, and we're going back to getting on soapboxes again, AJ. Today must be a good show.
Yeah.
But as a person with a disability, as individuals with disabilities, we are so let down so many times by different people that the people we gravitate to have to be dependable.
And the people that we don't think would ever let us down, let us down the most.
Yep.
Sometimes.
And I say they have to be dependable, not that has to be something, but I don't know. We kind of look for that in friendships as people. I don't know. I do.
I do too.
Just because I, as a person with a disability who has gone through so much in her life, um, I just I look for dependability in not only my friends but my family. So some of that overlaps sometimes, and you have to, the people that aren't going to be there to pick you up when you really need it. Let's think about that. Do you really want to be friends with them in the first place?
Nope.
I mean, again, it goes back to they're going to be there for a season, but I want friends to last a lifetime. So
If they're not adding value to your life, they're being a distraction to your life.
and again, this core topic today we're talking about, it's all of this stems from self-care and boundary setting and being able to kind of say, this is what I want moving forward. And I learned in this group that I'm in recently that can look different for different types of relationships. So I just wanted to kind of touch on what I've learned and kind of give my reaction to some of that as it relates to my life. And if you guys can take anything from that, please do. That's what this show is for. But always, number one, prioritize your self care. Don't don't think it's just something that's gonna, the need for your self care is gonna go away just because you have a disability. If anything, it's more amplified.
One thing that has helped me is journaling my feelings and writing down a core group of people that I truly need in my life.
And that kind of brought something to, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I have a thought. You remember, and I don't know if you ever did it, but tell me if you did. You remember, like in your English class, when you would have to write like the thought bubble, when you had to write a paper, and you're like, it kind of looks like a spider where there's a big hole in the middle, and you're going offshoots of the thing. So that kind of is what we're.
That's where I was going with that.
Yeah.
Do like a spider web activity of friends.
Maybe hold on a second. Maybe we can find one. If you don't know what we're talking about, maybe we can hold on. Let me see if AJ, if you'll continue the conversation just a little bit while I'm trying to search one out.
If you don't know what a spider web activity,
yeah, we're gonna find one and share it here on the screen for you. Just a second.
Topic and they'll offshoot bubbles like list of things that you want in 2022.
Yeah, it's another way. I can't really exit out and find one right now, but how about we're gonna have one available, and we're gonna have you can find the link in our Facebook group tonight. We'll find one and put one in our Facebook group.
Or if we can design our own.
Yeah, maybe honestly, if you think about it, in one of the graphics that was in our Facebook group this past week, that's what
Yeah.
kind of did with one of the graphics. But we will, if you haven't seen one or don't know what we're talking about, we'll put a
Sorry.
diagram there, so it kind of talks about goal setting and how you can do that and make it easy for yourself to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that's really, I mean, that's really what I wanted to kind of get across today is just self-care is so important, not just for able-bodied individuals that are walking and that have jobs and that are, it's kind of like we talk about inclusion every day on the show, or and it's part of being included. Include your self-care in everything you do, like every day, and one of the little things that I posted up in the Facebook group this week was, sometimes people think that self-care takes for a long time. It could take all day. No, you don't have to have all day to, take care of yourself. Self-care.
Start with 2 minutes and build up from there if you
Oh,
want.
you can start with like an early morning 10-minute meditation when you get up in the mornings. You can
Yeah.
start with a 10-minute stretch. If working out is something you love, which
Which I will be starting my new therapy routine too soon.
yeah,
So
I need to I need to kind of get back on the workout train too.
yeah.
Kind of get these holiday pounds off a little bit. But yeah, if working out is something you love and you need quiet time to do that, make sure that you prioritize that in the morning. And maybe, I know it's going to be hard. I know it's, but once you do it one time, it'll start to become a routine. And maybe set your alarm 10 minutes earlier in order to be able to get up and do those things like work out. So do those things that are necessary for you to take care of you, so that you don't have to pour from an empty cup from the day for all day long. Because you can start out with a full cup every day, but by the end of the day, by this time, most of us are super tired, and just ready to just relax. So don't forget about your self care. And if you love baths like I do, or you love a clean house with some candles, just go light some candles, turn on some music, or
Yeah.
watch your favorite show, and get in your cozy pajamas and just let everything go for the day. It will all be there tomorrow, and every day is a new way to is a new opportunity to start the day fresh with new ideas. Um,
Yep.
I listened to something today that one of my best friends, Erica Bogan, who also I wanna plug her, has a meditation book out on Amazon now. It's
Oh, she does.
Yes, I didn't mention it to you, but
No.
if you go and search Erica Bogan, she has a daily intention, daily goal kind of like kind of self affirmation book that's available on Amazon now. So go check that out. I need to purchase my own, um, but I'm gonna plug it because I know everything that she does is great. She's a rock star. So if you're
Yeah.
listening, hi Erica, we love you. Um, so I'll have a link down below for her book. But like AJ said, if you love to journal, go check out the book because I'm sure it's amazing. Erica has done a lot of work to perfect what I know is a great book, and maybe by next week we'll have one available here. I can kind of show it off to you and let you see what's available. But I encourage everyone listening or watching today's show to just keep your self care as a goal in 2022. We all need it. We all know we've been through so much the past 2 years with this the whole state of the society and the world in general.
Yep.
Just so make your self care a priority, guys. Don't forget it. Whether it
You.
Go ahead.
We all are important, but if we're not taking care of ourselves, in the end, how how can we take care of each other?
Whether whether it's taking a bath at the end of the night, or working out in the morning, or maybe even it's as small as getting up in the morning and drinking a cup of coffee outside on your porch, just kind of relaxing for a minute before the craziness of the day starts. If it's that, that's okay. um you know Maybe it's watching your favorite show or listening to your favorite podcast, like Don't Burn the Day,
Yeah,
available
cheap,
everywhere.
cheap plug.
Yeah, and plug. But yeah, I mean, whatever it is, make that a priority, guys. And whatever you're doing, it can wait. Whatever work you have, have your husband take the kids for a while. If your husband home and you have that ability, maybe make your, if self care for you is date nights with your husband, maybe get a babysitter if you have kids, and set
Get
a
a
date.
gift card. Say, put it in his uh dresser or put it where he can see it.
Yeah, it's because I know. Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, just, I mean, make sure you get yourself a babysitter and tell your husband, this is what we're doing, and we're gonna go, and we're just gonna kind of enjoy each other, and spend time together. If
yep,
that's part of what you want to do, then do it. Because and we talk about it all the time, you only get one life, but if you're not here to enjoy your one life, then you give value to the world, and we're gonna miss that value if you're not here.
yep.
Um, so, any kind of wrapping up words before we kind of talk about other things that are going on with Don't Burn the Day,
We
on as far as the topic of
we we
of
hope you. We hope we've given you some just a few ideas you could use for self care. Please let us know if you have any ideas that you put in place
yeah.
for yourself.
Yeah, write in the comments, but we want to know what everybody's doing this year to prioritize their self and prioritize their self-care in general. So write in the comments below what that looks like for you, and what you've decided you're going to do, and what's we talked about a little earlier, the one word that you can use to kind of put put a picture on this year. What is your word, and what does that mean to you? Put it in the comments below. Let us know. Let's start a conversation.
And
And go ahead.
also, what is your goal for this year?
Yeah, and if you want to talk about your 3 goals, you can always find us in our Facebook group over on Facebook. All you need to do is type in the search bar, "Don't Burn the Day" in the search bar, and you can find our, or DBTD in the search bar, and you can find our group. And let's all start a conversation around our goals for 2022, and more self-care initiatives, and what we're gonna do, because we want to hear, we want to know, we want to support you in those. We want you to support us. We want you to be our accountability partners, um,
As
in
we
ours.
as we will be for you,
Yeah.
we want you to be our accountability partners.
And one of the things that I think I really kind of want to get across today is we use the word disability in the title as like what we do as people with disabilities, and what that looks like for us. But as the show has evolved tonight, I really think that all of these things are inclusive to anybody.
Yes.
So it's not just if you have a disability. You know,
Nope.
these are these tips and tricks can be used,
You
across the
you
whole
know
entire spectrum.
universally.
Yeah, universally, that's the word. You're right. Thanks, AJ. Um, but yeah, everything that we've talked about is universal, and we just want everybody to have a great, really productive year. We know that Don't Burn the Day is going to have a really amazing year. We've got some really great things coming up. which in just a few minutes we're going to jump into. But I want to wrap
Yes.
up this conversation, or this part of the conversation, by saying this. You know, we've lost some really amazing people, some really amazing actresses and actors um, throughout this past year. And we just want to remind you that every day, you know, we say it in our little mantra. You can read it in what we're about in our YouTube. You can read it everywhere. We say that life is precious and you're only given one. So go out and don't burn every day. Like that means take advantage of every second you have in every day. And
Yes.
if that idea for you means making sure that your self-care is taken care of, then please do it. If getting the most out of every day, which it is, means also making sure that you're prioritized, then do it for yourself. Because again, I'm going to say you cannot pour from an empty cup. Take it from me. You
No.
cannot pour from an empty cup. Um,
And if it's reconnecting with an old friend, then do it. If it's like we said, starting an exercise routine, then do it.
right.
But
I mean, whatever
do
you do it with intention. Do it do it with the most authenticness that you can. Be real about it. Be authentic. Don't don't start something without finishing it. If you're gonna try a new a new hobby, if you're gonna read 100 books in a year, then read 101. Because I'm always the person who wants to do a little bit more than what I'm expected. So if you're me, if given the goal of reading 100 books in a year, then make sure it's 101. If winding down with video games is something you like to do as a guy, then prioritize that time and make sure that you do that. But also prioritize the time that you can work and be with your family and all. And we're saying these things because they're important to us, but also you have to realize too that we don't want to come across and say self-care is so important that it needs to envelop your whole life. You can take a little bit out of every day and you will start to see a change and an evolution. So
it will help your other areas of your life if you help yourself.
right, exactly. Well, again, like we said, please write in the comments below and in any comments on our socials. We are still working on getting our actual Don't Burn the Day Instagram going. That will hopefully be going by the end of the week. That's a goal that I have for the week. um, and also, um, you can write in the comments anywhere that we have socials like Facebook, here on YouTube. Just um, make sure you write your goals or even your intention words for the year or something that you like to do as part of your self care. If eating ice cream is part of your self care, then write your favorite flavor of ice cream down below and write how you're gonna eat it. But do everything that we're talking about when you start a self care routine. Do everything authentically and don't feel bad about it. And that's all.
Let me
Go
say
ahead.
this. Do it because you want to do it. Don't do it because we told you to, but do it because you think it would honestly help you.
That's right. We just want to be the little fire that ignites in your brain that kind of helps to click on those things. We don't want to ever be the people that tell you what to do. We want to help you
Yes.
form a new routine. And if it works for you, then great. However that routine works for you, make it work. And we're proud of you. We support you every day.
We are always proud of the whole community.
Yeah, and if you want to drop us a line in the messenger, if you're dealing with some hard things and you just need a friend to talk to, drop us a line in the messenger box, write us an email,
Yes.
let us know how we can help. We're always available. We're not at, I want to put a disclaimer in that when I say this, but we're not licensed therapists, we're not doctors, we're just normal people living with disabilities who go through shit too. And if you're going through the same shit, then let's go through shit together.
Yes.
You know,
The more the merrier.
yeah, exactly. What is it that you say? Like making, there's a phrase that AJ always says that I think.
Making chicken salad and a chicken shit.
That's right. You know, at least if you have some things going on, we can encourage each other to just keep going through it and make chicken salad out of chicken shit. So I know that really didn't make a lot of sense to most of you, but it kind of gave me a smile and a laugh. I just think it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, just don't be afraid to reach out and leave your comments, leave your intention work, leave your goals. Go check out Erica's book. It kind of goes along with today's topic. I'll have it linked below. It's via Amazon. It's super cheap. It's not a heavy expense, so anybody can buy it. I think it might be like $25. I might, or maybe even less. Just go check it out. Support her.
Finally, whenever you start, if you fail this year, don't be afraid
Yeah,
to fail.
yeah, you got to be like that train that we have in our new logo, which kind of leads into what we're going to talk about in a minute. But be like that train and just keep chugging along. If you fail at things, we're not all going to be perfect. We're not all going to stick to these goals that we're talking about this year. And if we're real with ourselves, we know that about ourselves.
Yeah.
So if you fail at any of these things that you try this year, don't be discouraged with yourself. You got to just get back up and keep chugging along, and be like the little train that could, and that kind of represents our show, and just keep, there's always another year, and just
Yes.
know that you gave it your best shot and you did everything you could to the best of your ability, and that's okay, because tomorrow's a new opportunity for bigger and better and even brighter things. So with that ends this segment of today's show, and I'm so excited, AJ, and I can see that smile on your face. So do you want me to announce it, or do you want to?
You can go ahead.
Well, since you're the boss, I think.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, something we've been working on.
We've kind of been keeping it under our hat just a little bit. We might have mentioned it a little bit towards the end of last year, but it did come to fruition, and we are proud to say now that via our website, DBTD Media, we now have a merch shop open. That's right, guys. You can go get DBTD merch. We have things like mugs and
hoodies
and t-shirts for men and women and unisex with our logo. So please support us. We've worked really hard on this new logo and new design, and we really want you to love it, and just we want you to wear DBTD. We love it. So
yes, and let me take this opportunity to thank Chris.
Yes,
helped.
Yeah, the main man behind the scenes who kind of worked tirelessly to help us get it all together. Chris, you know who you are. I'm not going to give your last name in case you don't want to give it out, but we love you and support. Like, thank you for the tireless hours that you've spent with me and AJ working on this line of merch for especially the winter of this year. Hopefully, if it sells well, depending on what sells, that we will have some new things coming into the shop in the spring. But for now, guys, go check out the new merch shop. And there's all sorts of things. There's t-shirts for women. There are masks. There are mugs. There are bags.
Bucket hats.
Oh yeah, AJ loves the bucket hats. And so there's tons of things, and we know that you're gonna love all of it because we adore it all, and we are so happy and so excited to share it with you and bring it to you, and have each of our listeners and even our viewers watch um
Where?
wear yeah, wear Don't Burn the Day merch and just support us. You guys have already been so supportive of us. We just want to, give something back to you guys, and know that everything you buy supports the cause of keeping us going, and just saying that you want more DBTD and that you
It,
think
it helps us to be able to reach more people.
that's right. So, if you're looking for a gift for somebody, or you just want to wear some pretty cool merch, um, go check it out. We'll have it linked below, but you can also find. I'm going to say it again. You can find it on our website, DBTD Media, via the shop link. You can just click there, and then you'll be able to purchase right from there. And everything you buy goes to help us make better content, and just be a better team altogether. So for all of this being able to bring it to you, we want to say thank you, because if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't have this opportunity.
Nope.
If it wasn't for you guys asking for it, we wouldn't have done it. So thank you for
Thanks.
your support, and we hope you love it, because we love it. And hopefully, within the next couple of weeks or days, our um our own specific merch is coming, so that we can kind of show it off. And we do plan on having some pictures taken in it, so you guys can see what it all looks like. Because, like I said, there's women's t-shirts. There's a unisex t-shirt there. There's a hoodie for men. There's a hoodie for a woman. There's a bucket hat. There's just so much. Like
Mugs.
there's at least 15 items in this new line that we came out with for winter. So, and if you guys like it, then we will provide more things in the spring that are kind of more colorful. And if you notice, the idea for the merch line came because we have redesigned the Don't Burn the Day logo, and we love it, guys. We want your opinion on it. What do you think?
Yes.
We've had it up for a couple weeks now, and we've gotten some really great feedback. It's been on our Facebook. People love it. We love it. We think it kind of brings a new vibe to Don't Burn the Day, and we just want your opinion. So write in the comments below what you think of our new merch and our new logo, and let us know if you bought it. Take pictures in it. We want to see comment, and we want to see everybody. Go ahead.
We will put pictures on our Instagram
Yes.
of
As soon as soon as I can get that up and running, and hopefully that happens by the end of the week. Yes, we will have pictures of on our Instagram. We kind of plan on doing a full-on photo shoot of us in our new DBTD merch, because we want to show you guys how important it is, and we want to just say thank you. So that's big news, right? That's big, huge news, and I think we've got even more things coming up in the future. We're working on some different things. We're gonna have some great content this year, and I think in February, we are, of course, as usual, and you guys have asked for them, so they're coming back. Our normal Zoom party will be back. Our first one of the year will be Valentine's Day. We're gonna have a Valentine's Day party via Zoom, so we want everybody to come dressed in their favorite pink and red, and we might have some talent, or maybe a book reading. We don't know exactly the activities that are going to be planned for it, but you can bet we will have a Valentine's Day event that will be all themed out, of course. So get ready for that coming up. Go ahead.
we will have a Valentine's Day uh, gift guide.
Yes, that's one of the big episodes that we're doing in February. Is we're going to do a Valentine's Day themed gift guide. So if you're looking for something to get if you have a friend or you have a significant other or a boyfriend or a girlfriend and you're looking for something to get them for Valentine's Day or get your sweetie, come tune in with us because we're gonna give you a gift guide full of things that are different price ranges from a larger budget to a smaller budget that are both that are inclusive, not just disability friendly, but they're all going to be inclusive. And we have, I love it. We have a new segment of our show coming this year. We're going to do a business spotlight every month, an inclusive business spotlight. So it doesn't have to be disability related, but we are going to spotlight a new business every month. So I think we're going to start that next week with my friend Katie and her business. But I'm so excited to tell you all about what Katie's doing and the cool things that are happening with tinctures. And I think it's tonics and tinctures here in my area. But she's really got some amazing things going. She does candles, and then we're awesome other things like roller balls and things like that for kind of going along with the self-care theme. I think self-care is going to be a theme throughout this month of January, just
Yes.
because it's going back into the getting into a new year, and we're just kind of slowly moving along. But if there, and I want to say this really quick, if there is any content or things you want to see from us, guys, let us know. Let us know in our Facebook groups and in the comments below. Let us know what is interesting to you or what you want us to continue to talk about. You know, we're kind of changing up the way we do content creation, and we want you to be more involved in it.
Interactive.
Yeah, and we love you being interactive with us. We love your messages. So please, if there's anything you want to hear about or any kind of content that we have given in the past that you want to know more about, don't hesitate to leave it in the comments or write us a message because we need your help to
Yes.
continue to create great content so we're not repetitive. Um,
And, and for those who use Clubhouse,
hang
do
on, hang on, hang on. Well, I wasn't going to say that yet because it's not exactly set up, but I think starting next week, we have had a lot of people reach out to us and say they like hearing us, they like watching the episodes on YouTube, but they want to hear, they want to get more real about the topics that we talk about after the show. So what we're going to do is maybe a really quick 30-minute after hours. If you're familiar with the app Clubhouse, um, we're gonna um, we're gonna call it. We're this is just really in its infancy, guys. So kind of bear with us as we get it started. But we are going to host a group, um, maybe 30 minutes after the show, tapes on Monday night. Um, and the day of this clubhouse event might change too every week because I'm still trying to work out the schedule and work out the app situation. But if you're interested in knowing more about the topics that we talk about, then this is the place for you. You want to come to DBTD after hours, and if you're familiar with the app Clubhouse, what it's going to be, it's a platform for people to get more involved and kind of stretch their ideas more around the topic. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start our own room in Clubhouse. CBTD will have their own room, and every week after the show, we're going to spend about 30 minutes kind of going back over the topic and having people kind of chime in on what their ideas are and what they think. And this was an idea that, again, you guys know I love Nathan, the loneliness coach. He is so wonderful. If you haven't checked him out or checked out our episode where he was a guest on our show, please go back in the videos and check him out because Nathan hosts a group called Badass Boundaries, and this is an adult show, so I'm going to say that if you're interested, if you have a disability, and even if you don't, if you're interested in joining the group, please contact me. let me tell you, it is so amazing what you can get out of this group. And it's a Facebook group, and then it's also carried over into um, again the Clubhouse app, where we have weekly meetings, and we just talk about talk about different topics that have to do with boundary setting and kind of things that we've talked about today. So I want to thank Nathan. Nathan, you know that I adore you. I think you're amazing. But he hosted with Dr. Michelle Finan, and if you don't know anything about Dr. Michelle Finan, go look her up. I'm planning to have her on the show here in just as soon as I can get her, because she's a really busy lady. But
Yes, she is.
Dr. Michelle Finan and Nathan host a really amazing group. Um, it is a closed group, so if you're in Badass Boundaries, you can feel safe to join there, because it's very private. What we talk about is kept, unless you want to share. And it's also encouraged to share, but if you choose to keep it to yourself, then you can. But the topics that we talk about really get into to depth, and it kind of gave me the idea to kind of carry that over for Don't Burn the Day. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to at least take 20 to 30 minutes every Monday night after the show, and kind of do a DBTD after. We're going to call it After Dark right now. Um, and just kind of delve back into and more deeply into the topics that we talk about on the show, and kind of get individual perspectives. So, for the idea, thank you, Nathan. um, and if you're interested in Badass Boundaries, please contact me. I'd love to connect you with Nathan and get you started on that journey, because uh, it's an amazing group, and I know myself that I've gotten a lot out of it, and I just know without a doubt that if you are anybody who, I don't know, if you're just anybody who needs just a solid group of people just to be a sounding board to, or for,
Yeah.
um, you know, don't hesitate and join this group, because this group teaches already has taught me so much. And I can't, I set a boundary to make sure that I'm in my class every week with Nathan and Dr. Finan, because they're both amazing people. They have so much insight and perspective on so many topics. And they both have disabilities, so it's coming from that kind of perspective. And no, not everybody in the group has disabilities, but if if you do have a disability and you want to join, they're open. If you don't have a disability and you want to join, and you have specific things you want to talk about with the group, like I said, I'll be glad to get you connected with Nathan and Dr. Finan, and you can join the group. It's been a wonderful way of expression for me. I can't say enough about it. So thank you, Nathan and Dr. Michelle Finan. Um, and I look forward to having Dr. Michelle Finan and Nathan back together on the show this year, hopefully soon. Um,
Yep.
to talk about just exactly what they do in Badass Boundaries, and boundary setting, and intentional living, and also maybe just to have Nathan back to talk about what he also does as the loneliness coach. But he's kind of dropped that name as far as what he's doing with Dr. Finan. It's a totally different thing. But I'm telling you guys, if you haven't met Nathan and Dr. Finan and you're not a part of this group, you need to be, because wow. Anyway, I'm gonna get off my soapbox about them. I'll have all of their information linked below too for the video in the description box. And yeah, we are going to have a hell of a year.
Throughout, throughout this year, we will be uh, talking more about this topic. We just wanted to kick this year off with this topic.
Yeah, we thought it was a really cool way. We didn't want to come back with the typical New Year's resolutions and all of that jazz, because first of all, it's January 10th, and who talks about that now? It's not it's not the first. But anyway, we just want to kind of come with a new perspective and let you guys know that the idea of self-care also touches the lives of people with disabilities, and it's really important to maintain that and just keep that in mind if you do or don't have a disability. But I think a lot of times, um, people, like I said earlier, people don't expect that people with disabilities, number one, are going to have boundaries. Number two, are going to need to have self care, because it's like I said earlier, they don't expect us to need those things because they don't expect that we do things. But this year, especially, we're going to show them different. And if you guys are struggling out there, one of the things that we're really going to focus on a lot this year too is talking more about the topic of mental health and just how important it is to really prioritize that. And that is a huge point that I should have spoke about earlier. If your mental health is kind of all over the place, and I'm not afraid to say that maybe mine was too, a few weeks ago, because this year has been crazy. We've all been through so much. If your mental health is kind of not there right now and you need somebody to talk to,
we are we are here for you.
yeah, we're here for you, but we are not licensed professionals. Um, so I want to make sure that that disclaimer is there. We will be friends, and if you are struggling with something and you really need us to help you, uh, we'll connect you with the right people. Or if you don't want to if you want to be private about it, just connect with your mental health professionals and make sure that you're taking care of yourself in every way, not just with self-care routines, but make sure your mental health is taken care of too, because mental health matters too. And I really wanted to say this before we wrap. Um, there's been a lot of stigma around the words mental health, and it can mean so much for so many people, so many different things. But here at Don't Burn the Day, mental health is not something that we're going to shy away from talking about. Um, but again, recognize that we are not licensed professionals, and we do encourage you that if you are struggling with anything this year, whatever it may be, please reach out to those licensed professionals and get the help you need, so that you also don't have to pour from an empty cup. We know 2021 has been a mess, but we want your 2022 to be better than ever. And we promise today and throughout the shows that we do together, that the content on Don't Run the Day will be positive and uplifting and something that you can get information out of. So even if your self care is listening to our podcast every day on your way home from work or listening after you get home, please make that a priority and just do it. And again, prioritize your mental health. If you need to go see a therapist, don't don't make therapy a stigmatic thing, guys. Therapy is not a stigmatic thing. Therapy is good. Therapy is good for the soul.
Yes.
Whatever type of therapy you have, whether you're in groups with your friends like Badass Boundaries, or whether you're in, you know, um, whether you're seeing a licensed professional, don't stigmatize mental health and therapy, because it's really good and it can help you through a lot of things. With that, I say have a fantastic year, guys. Go check out our merch. Look ahead to all the wonderful things we have going on. Thank you to our sponsors who are sticking with us again this year. Friendly Shoes, PattyandRicky.com. Our new one, FeeldomLife.com. That's Feeldom Life, FeeldOM. And make sure you're watching out soon, because we have promos coming from each of us and as a team on their new bags that they sent us that we showed in our gift guide. Those are coming soon. Thank you to Miss Robin and Wyatt from Wyatt Wear Bibs. Thank you to, again, Friendly Shoes. Thank you to Green Mountain Support Services and Josh Smith for being another great sponsor this year. We hope you guys love our content. We hope you support us every year. We love you, and just thank you for being on our team again this year and loving us and supporting us through everything. So, you guys have an amazing year. Rock it out and
Rock it out, guys.
and
And
remember,
don't
don't
burn
burn the day.
the day.
Go check out our merch on don'tburntheday.com or dbtd.com. Like, subscribe, and all the things, and we will see you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.